Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I want to talk about a topic once again because it showed up in the comments more and more, because they invented a few more PvP events into the game, and suddenly the question of level restrictions is mentioned more and more often, and that's why I want to talk about that topic again. You know that if you are on a certain level, you cannot attack everyone you see. Not unlimited higher levels and not unlimited lower levels, and that is quite a good thing. But the gap of those, or the range of those you can attack, will widen and widen the higher you get yourself, and we get to that in a second. But I just want to show one thing. We have some ships here, and you see when I click on that one, it says can't attack player ship because the target level is too low. The same if we click here, target level is too low. Target level is too low. And that, of course, protects those players a little bit from being attacked by completely overwhelming players above them. But how do you find out what range you have for your system or for your ops level? And there is a little nice website out there where you can just enter those level restrictions, and that's pvptarget.com. And here, and I just do it for my second account, which I use for some beginners videos on the lower levels, that's ops level 12. And here you can see that the minimum I can attack with that is level 10 and the maximum is level 14. I cannot attack lower and I cannot attack higher. And you can do that for my current level as well, which is 56, unfortunately still. Minimum is 37 and maximum is 85. Well, doesn't attack so far, doesn't exist so far because it only goes up to level 70, but in theory I would be allowed to attack up to 85, and there you see how big the gap gets in the end. At the beginning from level 12 there was only a 4-level range I could fight, and now we have a range of 48 different levels I could attack if those levels would exist. So the gap gets wider and wider the higher you get. Of course, you can discuss about the fairness of a 56 attacking the 37, but I do understand a little bit why it's done that way, and not only starting with 4 levels or 2 levels in one direction, 2 levels in the other direction, and keep it that way throughout the whole game, because then the things where especially the higher level players are taking part in, like incursions, would be a little bit too annoying. It's still annoying when people come over to our server and I cannot attack them. So if a level 36 comes over and from level 25 you can jump over in incursion, and level 36 come over, I cannot attack them. He can sit there with his unshielded station, and I have to contact people from my alliance to send lower level players there to empty his station. But I cannot do that myself. I cannot score points for myself. So if that would be just the levels 52 to 60 that I could fight with, that would be boring. And I didn't mind that when I was level 37, for example. It's of course not always, you're not always happy about 50 plus then attacking you, but I didn't go on a frenzy or whatever if that happened. I mean, that's what those PvP events are for. Especially now with more and more PvP events coming in now with the war room stuff and everything. Of course, I understand people that say that's unfair, but we have to live with it how it is, and I at least partly understand the sense behind this, so I'm not mad at this. And this also means that a level 70 player can attack me, by the way. If you go to level 70, that's what we have at the moment, they can attack me, and they already have ships with billions and billions of power, so I cannot put anything against them. So I'm still in that position, because we do have players that are marching towards level 70 on our server at least. We don't have a 70 yet, but they're going towards it, and they can still attack a 43. But you see, the lower you go, the smaller the range. A 23 can only attack a 20, but can attack a 33. So down below you, the gap is not that far in the beginning. It gets wider and wider, but especially the people that are learning, that are building up in the first place, they're a bit more protected from other attacks because of these level ranges. But if you always want to know what range is there for your current level, this website is really good, because the range finder here is really helped me several times to see the correct levels for my range. And so it was really helpful, and that's why I wanted to bring the video in again to show everybody that this is the place where you can look for it. I talked about the STFC database a few days ago, and so there are some really good websites out there as well that will help you see all those ranges, and this is interactive, so there's some really nice help here with your climbing levels. So I can already have a look for the 57. The next one I will go to, I can take on an 87. Yeah, but I won't because they don't exist yet. But for a long time there was the end at level 60 in this game, and on this server I'm playing, it's not that long ago, they introduced the levels 61 to 70. So there's a good chance that at some point they will introduce the levels 81 to 90. But we will have to wait and see how the future will develop here. Nevertheless, it is important, but there's one important information that I must not leave out in this video, and that is one exception from these level restrictions. And those exceptions you find here. In territory takeovers or in territory defenses, the level restrictions don't count. So in territory takeovers and territory defenses, you can shoot every ship in an active takeover in your territory. So once the timer starts and the thing is running, everyone is a target, no matter the level. And that's important to keep in mind, because everybody can collect points there. So everybody is a target there as well. And the level restrictions don't apply in territory defense. That is what some people obviously didn't know, because they were quite surprised when that happened, that they were attacked by someone they thought who couldn't attack them. And that's why I wanted to include that information, because that's important to know. In an active territory defense or territory takeover, however you want to put it, you are not protected by the level restrictions. But that was just supposed to be a short information and short recap of it, because the topic came up over and over recently. So if you want to add something to the level restrictions and your opinion about the ranges of the level restrictions, please put it in the comments. And if you have questions in general or video requests, you know that I regularly read your comments. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.